Hello everyone and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is the universe's next gift to you. So what is the next positive thing that is happening in your life? We have 4 piles to choose from here, and I suggest you select your pile based on the pile marker that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 2, prayers and wishes, because on this card there's a girl dropping a coin into a well. And that reminds me, when I was a child, my grandmother used to take me to the mall a lot. And one of my favorite things to do was to throw a penny into like the fountain in the mall and make a wish. And my grandmother has since passed. She's deceased now, but there's people in my family that think that she shows herself through dragonflies. There's also dragonflies on this card, and I went to a place that was very special to her not that long ago, and it was like 6 stories off the ground, and there was a dragonfly in front of the door. So that's why I would choose this card. Feel free to pause your video now to select your pile, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, give love, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what the universe's next gift to you is. So the vibe that I'm getting for this whole pile is that the universe's next gift to you is really an overpouring of love in your life. Now, for a lot of you, this is romantic. So if you're single, I do see this as someone new coming in for you. For others of you who are maybe already in a relationship, I see this as the strengthening of those romantic bonds or reaching a new milestone in your romantic relationships. For a select few of you, a lesser amount, I can see this specifically relating to your relationship with your family members where you're being much more appreciated. So let's get into why I'm saying that. We're starting off your spread here with this 6 of Pentacles. And this is all about give and take. If you look at the imagery on this card, there is this woman with 6 pentacles on her. Pentacles are like coins or like money, so you can tell she's rich, she's very bountiful, and she's giving it to these people who look less well off or less poor than her. Now, this card can be read 2 ways. It can be that you're being very generous, but it can also be that sometimes, people who have a lot are keeping most of it to themselves and giving you scraps and expecting you to be very grateful for that. And so I'm picking up both definitions here. I'm getting that for a lot of you, you are people who are very emotionally open and emotionally giving, especially when it comes to your romantic relationships. And I think in the past that has bitten you in the ass, basically. I mean, if you're giving all of your love to someone who is not reciprocating, you can feel drained pretty easily, or you can feel that the scales are unbalanced, which I think is that, opposing viewpoint of this card here is that even though you have so much love to give, you're rich in your love and your ability, your empathy, your caring, your compassion that you can give to these people. On the other side, they feel, because they've been emboldened and enriched by your love, they're like, well, I guess I'll give you a little breadcrumb back, which, that's a story of a lot of relationships, isn't it? That one person kind of feels like they're carrying the emotional load. They're doing all of the emotional labor. They're trying to keep the relationship together. And the other person is like, well, I'm doing the bare minimum. So why can't you just accept that, basically? You should be grateful that I'm even doing this for you. And that's really frustrating. So I think for a lot of you, that is kind of the way that you've experienced romantic relationships in the past. Now, again, this doesn't have to apply to romantic relationships, but I do think for most of you, this is about your love life. For others of you, though, I see this being more about maybe a relationship with your family members. And if that's the case, this feels like, family members who expect you to take care of them, whether that's financially, or you're cleaning up around the house, you're watching, your younger siblings or your children, or you're picking up groceries for your parents who can't drive, things like that. But then they're not emotionally supportive for you. You feel like you can't ask them for anything or rely on them for anything. You feel like they don't really care about you as a person. They care about you as like a tool or an appliance for them to get things that they need. And I think that's a common feeling. But the universe's next gift to you is this Knight of Pentacles figure, which this could be a Virgo or represent someone with a prominent Virgo placement in their natal chart. So that would be their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, Venus. But generally, this is someone who is embodying that Virgo energy, which is someone who is patient, very in service. I always think of Virgo as a very like acts of service, love language kind of sign. So this is someone who has patience, and this is someone who doesn't really give up once they put their mind to something. This is someone who's very reliable. And so this person, if you look at the body language of the cards, is outstretching their pentacle. They're coming towards you. You being represented by this beautiful Empress card. So this is how that person sees you. They want to be there for you. They want to, give you the acts of service. They want to do things to support you and make your life easier because they see you as this beautiful Empress energy card. The Empress is one of my favorite cards in all of the tarot. This is a very feminine energy, but you don't necessarily have to be like a woman. That's just the vibe of this. This is someone who, can make anything bountiful. It's like, I just heard, this is a very specific example, but like, I'm a really big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, but there's a queen on this season named Sam Starr who she grew up very poor, and so she grew up like making all of her drag clothing out of trash or scraps or whatever. But there's that kind of like resilience and ability to turn garbage into gold that I think comes with the Empress card. The ability to turn things that have been discarded into something beautiful. And the Empress is also a card that can be about beauty. So again, for a lot of you, I do think this is romantic, and this is someone who finds you extremely attractive. And they really see you as someone who has so much nurturing energy, so much compassion, and you are resilient. You can just you can turn trash into gold. So this person really wants to be there for you and support you. And based on the body language of this card, I think that you don't see this person coming in for you. Like, it's kind of a shock when you meet this person and they're like, actually, I'm kind of obsessed with you and I want to treat you right, basically. And again, doesn't have to be romantic for everyone. This could be someone else in your family or someone in your social network who's like, you know what, let me take care of you for a change. And it kind of shocks you because you're like, you weren't expecting that at all. Now, with the star next to the Empress here, this is just perfect for you. This is something that you have been wishing for someone to come in and treat you this way, to be there for you, to support you. There's a lot of eldest daughter energy in this pile. Again, you don't have to be a woman. You don't have to be feminine, but they say eldest daughters, you're parentified, so you're kind of used to having to take charge and have everything done and be the good example. And so that can be exhausting if you're always trying to be responsible and take charge, and you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders for all your life. It can feel like, well, who's going to take care of me? And I think that for a lot of you, you've been hoping that maybe there is someone out there who sees you as someone who's worth being taken care of someone who's worth being gentle with. And that's really what this Knight of Pentacles energy coming in, that's what they want to give you. They want to fulfill this wish and this dream that you've hoped for. And that's really beautiful. And then at the very end of your spread here, we have this Queen of Cups. So the pile marker that you selected, Give Love, this is a card about both giving and receiving love. Because again, a lot of people want to receive love, but not everyone is good at giving their love or showing their love or expressing their love. And I think in the past, you've been the giver and not the receiver. And this card, this Queen of Cups at the end of your spread here, is just a confirmation to me that you can both receive love and support from this person who will be reliable. They're unwavering in their care for you. And you can still give your love back, and you won't feel like you are, having to accept crumbs in return. It feels bountiful. It feels, very supportive. I think you feel very emotionally secure with this person because the Queen of Cups, Cups in tarot represent emotions. And so the Queen of Cups is someone who really has a lot of control over the reception and the release of her emotional trust. And so that's really beautiful. Now, another thing that I want to point out here is that there are two cards in this pile, the Empress and the Queen of Cups, that have pregnant women on them. So this could be like, you could find out if you're already with a partner who you feel very loved and secured by. If I've described someone in your life that is like this Knight of Pentacles figure, the next gift from the universe for you could be that you end up being pregnant, or they end up being pregnant, or, you decide to get a surrogate, whatever it is, you somehow end up maybe deciding to start a family, working on starting a family, whatever that is. For others of you, if, you don't have anyone in your life yet, this could just feel like you're meeting this person, but this is a person that will become your family. So, if you are interested in having children in the future, this could be the person that you end up having children with. If you're not interested in children, which is fine, I'm not, then this could just be someone that really feels like, your chosen family. This feels like someone that you can really see yourself living the rest of your life with, and it feels like they're not trying to make you smaller. They're not trying to, tamper you down or make you into, the appliance. Like I said before, they're not trying to optimize you to be just like the robot to fulfill their needs. They're allowing you to grow, because if you think of pregnancy, it's giving birth to something new. You're adding something to the world. So I think this person pushes you to be more yourself, or give more space for yourself to exist. And that's all reflected in that beautiful pile marker card that you selected, Give Love. I think there's a lot of love coming in for you in your life. And for your tea leaf fortune card, the first one we got is Happiness. Just so cute. I think, again, this relationship's going to make you very happy. I think that's a reflection of the star card too. That is, a dream come true for you. It's like, I think you maybe thought, well, that would be nice, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. And then this person comes in, you're like, whoa, like, I'm so happy that I found you. The second tea leaf fortune card here is Nest, which says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So again, this is another confirmation, especially if you have been like trying to get pregnant, or your partner's been trying to get pregnant, whatever, that this may well could be a pregnancy, because a family and Nest, two pregnant women, it's giving someone's having a baby, definitely. So again, could be about having a family with this person either now or in the future, or just generally this is, again, someone that you feel very emotionally secure with, that you can see yourself being with long term, that you feel like, you are supported by them. You don't feel like you're going to fall and crash to the ground. You're not second guessing their intentions, or if they actually love you, or if they care about you, or if they just care about the things that you do for them. Like, you really do feel loved by this person. And that enables you to give more love, not just to this person, but to yourself and to other people around you. And that's really beautiful. So congratulations to you, my pile ones. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 2, prayers and wishes, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what the universe's next gift to you is. We're starting off your spread here with this beautiful sun card. And the sun is the best card to get in any spread in tarot. It's just like pure, undiluted happiness, joy, health, vitality. And you can tell that by the illustration on this card, right? This is, three women dancing in this very abundant field. They look so happy. One of them is pregnant, which can mean like pregnant with an idea, pregnant with possibility. There's just so much potential to this card. And it's really interesting because this is mirroring the imagery in the pile marker that you selected and in your first tea leaf fortune card. So that first tea leaf fortune card on the left side up here is clouds, and this says temporary problem. So you can see there's a little peak of the sun that is being blotted out and blocked by clouds. So, maybe you felt like a lot of progress in your life has been stunted, specifically in certain areas. For a lot of you, I'm getting that this has to do with maybe your career. For others of you, this is your love life. You'll know better than me which area of your life you feel like has been maybe stunted, or you feel like there's just not been a light shining on it at all. And then we move to your pile marker, this prayers and wishes card, and the sun is starting to rise up a little bit. It's starting to become more visible. The rays of light are starting to reach towards you. And if you look at this card, this woman on the card is dropping a coin into a well. She's making a wish in the well. And so this is you kind of putting intention and action behind your desire to reinvigorate the area of your life that you feel has been blocked. And so the sun's slowly rising. And then in the first card in your spread, the sun's here. It's fully out. You're basking in it. You feel the effects of it. You feel how much joy and how much light is brought in your life, how much clarity. And so this to me really tells a story that the universe's next gift to you is you being able to turn around a section of your life that has previously felt neglected, or that you have felt neglected in, through your own intention and action. This is your ability to manifest a better outcome in that area of your life. And that's also coming through in the rest of your cards in your spread here. So the card after the sun is this Eight of Wands. And normally the Eight of Wands is a pretty neutral card. It's about like fast incoming messages, having a lot going on, hearing a lot of news, having a lot of people who want your attention. But with the illustration on this card, you can see there's like a tornado behind her. She looks overwhelmed. She's trying to grab these sticks. She doesn't know what to do. And so to me, this feels like those temporary problems that are mentioned in your first tea leaf fortune card. This is you feeling overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, not knowing what you should be doing in order to improve that area of your life. So for example, if you are stuck in a job that you don't like, you're like, well, should I go back to school so I can get a degree, so I can do something else? Should I just take any job that's offered to me? Should I start applying to jobs right now? Should I try to go work with my friend? Should I move somewhere else? I feel like there's a lot of possibilities that are running through your mind, and you're not sure which one would be the best for you or which one to take. And so that sun card at the beginning of your spread is going to shine light and bring clarity to this situation. This is going to kind of give you insight into which direction you should be taking. And that's coming through in the card in the middle of your spread here, this Magician card, which is a card that's all about manifestation and being able to really like concentrate your energy, your desire, in order to manifest something that's important to you. And so this is you saying, okay, I need to stop overwhelming myself. I need to just focus on one thing at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, for now, take like a career aptitude test and figure out, what am I best suited for? And then I'm going to look at the results and I'm going to decide which one sounds the best for me. And I'm going to make a plan and try to, take it step by step, day by day to get there. And if I end up not liking it, I can always change my mind. Sometimes it's very helpful to break things down into like the smaller steps so it doesn't feel as overwhelming or like you're stuck in a twister. I think that's the universe's gift to you, is having that realization that maybe I'm making it more difficult than it needs to be because I'm overwhelmed by the possibilities. Now, if this doesn't relate to career for you, for example, maybe this is your love life. You feel like you haven't had any movement there. You feel like, am I being hidden from all the hotties? Like, what's going on? And so you're starting to wish, okay, how can I make this happen for me? And maybe you're like, well, how am I supposed to meet anyone? Because the dating apps are terrible. I don't know any people that I'm interested in real life. I feel like everyone that hits on me is weird. Where am I supposed to meet people if I just go home and to work? And so this is you being like, okay, maybe the key is not to try to put myself into situations where I am specifically looking for someone to date, and instead expand my life in other ways, like do activities that will be fun for me specifically. Like maybe you decide to go take a painting class or a pottery class, or you decide I'm going to start going on walks in the park in the neighborhood every day. And I think just diversifying what you're doing and finding more activities that you like will put you in closer proximity to people that have that in common with you. And then you kind of expand your network. So even if you don't meet a potential romantic partner at one of those things, maybe you meet a friend who has a friend that would be perfect for you. And so this is you being like, okay, I am going to make my life bigger, more diversified in order to cast a wider net. And I'm going to continue to work on myself and have fun and not feel like I have to have the romantic partner already in order to do these things. So that way, if I do meet someone, they are an addition to my life and not a completion. So whatever circumstance makes the most sense to you, work, your love life, another area of your life, this is something that once you decide, okay, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to make it happen for myself, you are going to put in a lot of work into kind of completing that process with this Eight of Pentacles here, which is a card about working very hard. But luckily, it's also a card about enjoying the work that you do. So this is not something that's going to feel like a slog to you. This is something that's going to be fun for you. So again, if you're working on, learning new job skills or going back to school or figuring out what job you want to do, applying to jobs, this is not going to be like an overly tedious process, and I think you will end up really enjoying like the journey to this new point in your career. Or like I said, if you're looking to open yourself up to more romance or the possibility of more romantic partners, if you take a step back and are not focusing so much on like, I'm trying to get a person, like I'm trying to find a person anywhere, then you're focusing more on yourself. I think you're going to enjoy the process that leads you to meeting that person more. So if you're just having fun, like you're like, oh, I'm going to go to my book club, and then you meet this person that you're really close with at the book club, and they're like, you know what, my brother is actually single, or my sister, or whatever, my sibling is single, and like you will have had more fun having gotten there than you would have if you were just like killing yourself swiping through all of the losers on the dating apps. And I think in the end, with this Six of Cups here, this gift that the universe is giving you of having the drive and the ability to manifest, clarity and light and a new beginning in this section of your life is going to be something that's very healing for you, specifically for your inner child. With this Six of Cups at the end of your spread, you can see in this illustration, someone is handing a potted flower to a child, and sometimes the Six of Cups literally represents children, but a lot of times I do see this as a reflection of like an inner child. And you as an adult being able to offer something to your inner child. So, for example, if you have been having issues in your career, maybe as a child you had like a teacher who told you you never amount to anything, or you kind of felt like maybe your parents were not very ambitious, or they didn't really encourage you to like go out and like do things, or you were told in some way that you would never amount to anything, or you felt that way about yourself, being able to figure out like what it is you want to do and take those steps is going to make you feel so much more accomplished, and it's going to really heal that part of your inner child that feels like maybe you're destined to be like stuck in a dead end situation, or you're never going to amount to anything, or you're never going to have a career that you enjoy. Or if it's your love life, maybe this is you saying, to your inner child, actually, you are lovable and you can have a fulfilling like life regardless of whether or not someone is attracted to you, romantically attracted to you, because you deserve a good life with or without a partner. But also, like, people do want to be with you because you're awesome. Look at all of this fun stuff that you're doing for yourself. So that's really beautiful. And again, that's all reflected in the pile marker that you selected here, prayers and wishes, which is about taking those things that you've wished for and really putting action behind them, so that way you can make them manifest. And that's what's coming through in that Magician card and the 8 of Pentacles card in your spread. As I said, the first tea leaf fortune card here is clouds, which says temporary problems. So again, that confusion, that inability to think clearly, that feeling like, this area of my life is doomed, that is just temporary. And actually, with your second tea leaf fortune card here, we have Mountain Road, which says you are on the road to success. So you are really, you're going to get there. And the universe's next gift to you is really giving you that push, so that way you have the energy and the dedication and the devotion to manifest that and create a plan to really transform and overhaul this area of your life where you felt neglected, or you felt like there's been stagnancy or no movement. And that's really beautiful. So congratulations to you, my pile twos. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 3, connect with Gaia, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what the universe's next gift to you is. We're starting off your spread here with this 3 of Pentacles. And what I'm really picking up for the energy of this pile is that right now, or in your very recent past, you have been feeling a lot of sadness, grief. You may have been mourning, particularly because you felt betrayed by a person or a situation. You felt like there was some underhanded stuff going on. You feel like you've been maybe misrepresented or mistreated. And this 3 of Pentacles is the universe telling you that you're going to be able to get past that betrayal. You're going to be able to move on from that, because you are going to have other people or other circumstances in your life where you really feel appreciated. If you look at the imagery in this card, the 3 of Pentacles, we have an artist. They've drawn their 3 of Pentacles on the wall, and then there's 2 people standing around them admiring the work that this person has done. So a lot of the times this card gives off like an appreciation of your work, of the things that you've put a lot of effort into. And so this is other people really praising the progress you've made and things you've done. In particular, this could be related to your workplace. So let's say, for example, that you've been sad because you really thought you were going to get this promotion and you didn't get it, and you figure out that maybe your manager said that you're not ready yet, or one of your other coworkers said that they think someone else deserves it more. And so you were really upset about that. You felt like maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe it's true that I'm not ready. But then everyone else around you now is going to be like, whoa, your work is actually really good. Like, you deserve this praise. Now, that's just an example. It doesn't specifically have to be about your career or your workplace. But there is like definite career workplace energy here. So that's probably what it applies to most of you. But you will know specifically the area of your life that this applies to you, because it will be the area of your life where you felt betrayed or like you've been underappreciated. So next to that 3 of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So we're going from the 3 to the 10. There's a progression here. We go from just praise to the 10 of Pentacles, which is the last numerical card in the suit of Pentacles. It's this card of completion, of fulfillment. And if you look at the card, There's this very happy family spending time together. This is really a card about wealth. And so again, for a lot of you, I do think this has to do with your career. So for example, if you were passed over for a promotion, if you had a coworker speaking poorly about you, this is going to be everyone else saying, whoa, your work is actually really good. And not only is people going to notice how good your work is, but you are going to get that pay raise, you're going to get that promotion, because this can very literally represent coming into more wealth. So you can, get a new job position, get offered more money, whatever it is. But for others of you, if the workplace situation does not necessarily resonate, this is really you feeling rich generally in your life. You feel abundant, and the support you have and the people that have your back and the people around you, you feel like you have a lot of stability in your life. You feel very comfortable where you are. And that is really what the universe is going to give you next, is this feeling of supportiveness, this feeling of having people that you can rely on, people who have your back, and feeling very loved and taken care of, and maybe even a financial benefit on top of that. So as I said, I was really picking up that the people who selected this pile are either currently experiencing a lot of sadness or grief, or it's something that's happened in their very recent past, and that's coming through in this 5 of Cups in the middle of your spread. So if you look at the imagery on the 5 of Cups, we have this woman who is crying because she has 3 spilled cups in front of her, but behind her on the table, there's these 2 full glasses, there's balloons, there's food. There's still a lot to celebrate, but she's busy basically crying over spilt milk. And so that's really the message of this card, is that it's okay to be upset that this bad thing happened to you, but you actually have so much opportunity and so much to celebrate still waiting on you. And that is the reminder from the universe. And in particular, there's some clarification here in these last 2 cards, the 7 of Swords and the 6 of Swords, of maybe what you are mourning. So the 7 of Swords is a card that's all about deception, sneakiness, betrayal. This is someone who has stabbed you in the back, who maybe is two-faced, has said one thing to your face and done another, who has tried to sabotage you. This is feeling like you have had the rug pulled out from under you. So a good example of this, as I said, is a coworker speaking poorly about you, being told that you're probably going to get a promotion and then having it ripped out from under you. Again, this doesn't have to be about your workplace. So another example is maybe like you have a friend who has been speaking poorly about you, and you felt really betrayed because you thought you were really close. You're like, whoa, where did that come from? And the universe is telling you, well, you're going to have friends who really do appreciate all of these traits about you, how loyal you are, and they're going to be the ones who stick beside you for the rest of your life, that you're going to feel really loved by, that you can rely on. And that's what the universe is saying is the next gift for you. Now, as I said, the last card here, the 6 of Swords, is kind of the remedy to that 7 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords is a card about transition. And in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, this is represented by someone in a boat, and they're basically sailing away from these really rough, like stormy waters into this very clear, placid, waveless area. So swords represent your mindset. So I see this a lot as kind of a mental shift from being like, okay, I'm not dealing with the BS anymore. I'm not going to put myself into emotional turmoil. I'm going to remove myself from the situation. I'm going to put this behind me, and I'm going to go to a place where my cortisol levels are not spiked, where I can be peaceful and have peace of mind. And so I think that's really you leaving behind this person or this situation where you felt betrayed, and instead going into this mindset where you really see, the people or the situations that have been there for you, and the people around you. And that's, again, the gift from the universe. And that's also coming through in the pile marker that you selected here, Connect with Gaia. So this card is very literally about connecting with the earth. But the way that I interpreted it, in conjunction with this spread, was like, when you're very upset about something, when you're sad, when you're depressed, it's very easy to kind of get into this rut where you're not appreciating the things around you. I mean, that's one of the, markers of depression, is that you have a loss of interest in things that used to be fun to you. And I think maybe because you've been betrayed by this person or you felt really upset about this situation, it has been easy to kind of get into a mindset where you feel like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe this person was right, or maybe everyone's going to betray me. And the universe is telling you that if you really take the time to look around and see, all of the beauty that you have around you, you will feel so much more abundant and happier and connected, because you do have, as represented in this Three of Pentacles and this Ten of Pentacles, people who really do see you and appreciate you and admire the work you've done, admire who you are as a person, and want to be there for you and spend, a large part of their life with you. These people are very supportive of you. And so the universe is sending you that reminder, or sending these people to you that will really be there for you and not betray you like this person or situation has. And that's also represented in the tea leaf fortune cards we pulled for this pile. So the first one says ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So to me, that really goes with that 10 of Pentacles, which is a card about these kind of deep, almost familial bonds. So again, it doesn't have to be, literally about family or literally about like romance or business, but I think these are people that you will find partnership with, whether that's through work. It can be romantic. Maybe you've been betrayed by a romantic partner and the universe is sending you people who are like, whoa, you're like such a catch. How could anyone not, see your value or want to be with you? And you're like, yeah, you're right, it's their loss. And you end up being like so much happier with the people that do enter your life because of that. The second tea leaf fortune card here is archway, which says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. And to me, that goes with that Six of Swords, because again, Six of Swords is a card of transition. It's transitioning into something that is better for you, that is easier on you mentally. And I think that ultimately the universe is telling you that you had to learn the lesson from this betrayal, so that way you are less tolerant of maybe people that treat you poorly, or you find it in yourself to say, oh, I know what I'm worth. I know the kind of people that I should have around me, and I'm not going to tolerate anything less than that. I'm not going to let someone who's a hater or someone who's trying to keep me down keep me from continuing to excel, because the best revenge is really living a beautiful life. And I think that's a gift from the universe, is enabling you to live that beautiful life. So that's really cute. Congratulations to you, my pile threes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 4, hibernation and regeneration, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what the universe's next gift to you is. So this pile has a very specific message to me. I think for 99% of you, this has to deal with a romantic partner that you've been dealing with, that you have some kind of conflict with. So maybe you've recently had a breakup, they weren't treating you well, you broke up with them, and this is kind of a message regarding that. So let's get into why I say that. We have, at the very start of your spread, this Queen of Wands, and at the very end, the King of Wands. Now, having 2 court cards in the same sign, to me, this indicates a couple. So King of Wands and Queen of Wands, you would think that would be a very good couple. However, there's these 3 cards in between you, which I will get to in a second. But I'm getting that you are being represented here by this Queen of Wands. So you could be an Aries or have a prominent Aries placement in your natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And the person that we are discussing could be a Leo or have a prominent Leo placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So what I'm getting is that you are typically someone who is pretty confident. I think you've probably done a lot of work on yourself, and you are not really tolerating like people being envious of you or trying to bring you down or trying to dull your shine, because the Queen of Wands, this is definitely like the hottest court card. I think this is someone who really shines. Someone who gets a lot of recognition. If you look at this picture, this person's holding a bouquet that was probably gifted to her because she's like the winner, she's a queen, she's got this dragon behind her protecting her. There's a lot of interest in you, and there's also a lot of power in who you are. And so sometimes, especially if we're around insecure people, that can make someone want to make you feel smaller or kind of denigrate you in some way. And with the King of Wands here, I'm thinking that, again, for 99% of you, this is someone that you have had a romantic entanglement with. If that doesn't resonate, this is someone else in your life that you have worked closely with or been pretty close to. So this is a partner of some kind. It could be someone like a coworker, a boss. It could be like a very close friend, someone that you have to deal with or had to deal with on a consistent basis. Now, with this King of Wands, in the highest energy, this is someone who is also very confident in themselves and are able to be like very jovial. People feel like they're reliable, they're approachable. But in kind of a weakened state, this is someone who gets their ego bruised pretty easily. And so I think especially with you coming through as this Queen of Wands and being someone who has a lot of light, has a lot of shine, this is maybe someone who felt insecure or jealous around you or in some way wanted to humble you. That's really like the energy that I'm picking up here. So again, take what resonates, but I do feel like for most of you, this is someone that you were dating who maybe was jealous of like the attention that you received, or they felt insecure in comparison to you. They felt like they weren't good enough. And so they tried to make you feel lesser than, so you felt like you were beneath them, or that, quite frankly, you were on the same level as them. So they felt like they had more of a control over you. There's definitely like a controllingness to a King of Wands and like a shadow energy. And that's coming through again in the three cards between the card that represents you and the card that represents this person, which is the Five of Swords, Strength, and the Ten of Wands. And the way that I'm seeing this is the Five of Swords is a card that's all about conflict. In this card, the witch on the left, they feel like they're winning. They're getting exactly what they want. The two on the right are feeling upset. They're feeling kind of shocked about this behavior. And so I think that represents, I think this person was intentionally trying to hurt you emotionally or make you feel insecure. And you were like, whoa, where is that coming from? Like, why would you say that to me? This is not what I want. But you are coming through next in this Strength card. This is you being able to overcome that. You're like, I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm just going to tell you bye. Like, I'm not going to tolerate that. The Strength card is symbolized by this person who is caressing the jaw of a lion. Lions can be ferocious and untamed, but you being able to control it and be like, whoa, like you're not threatening anyone. That's like a tribute to your emotional strength and your confidence in yourself. And I think it's also important to note that the Strength card does represent Leo energy, which is also represented the King of Wands. If you know anything about zodiacs, Leos are represented by lions. So this is you literally, almost putting a muzzle on this person who's trying to bad talk you and be like, yeah, I'm not trying to listen to what you're saying. Like, you're clearly lashing out, but you're forgetting who's in charge here, who's the boss here, because I don't have to deal with that. I can decide, what I allow you to say to me or how I allow you to act in my presence. And so it really feels to me like you drew a line with this person. You drew a boundary. You said, that's unacceptable. And I'm not going to sit here and let you denigrate me. Like, no, I'm in charge here and I don't need to put up with this. Like, you are not an asset in my life. You are supposed to make my life you're supposed to be an improvement in my life, and if you're not, I'm just going to let you go. And so it really feels to me like maybe because of this person's behavior, you initiated a breakup. So that could be very literal, again, if this is a romantic partner, which for most of you I feel like it was, Or if this was a partner of some other kind, like a friend or a business partner, a coworker, this is you really creating distance between you and this person. And what the universe wants you to know is that the gift that you are getting is that this person is suffering. Yay, everybody clap. Our exes are suffering, our ex-friends are suffering. We have the 10 of Wands. And if you look at the body language of these cards, the 10 of Wands, the person on the 10 of Wands is kind of doing this uphill battle, trying to reach the person on the Strength card, which is you. So the 10 of Wands is a card about feeling like you have to put in a lot of work, you have to put in a lot of effort, feeling overburdened. And so this really represents this person, I think, is going to come back and try to be like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to do so much better. It's really giving the energy of like groveling. And it's also giving that they are suffering without you, because especially if you are like this Queen of Wands and you're someone who shines bright, like people get a boost just from being around you. Like you increase their social capita, you make them seem more interesting by virtue of like being able to be around you. And so this person's like, oh, like, you know, my life is worse off without this person. And I think they're definitely going to come crawling back. They're going to try to be like, I'm so sorry I said that, I did that. They're going to try to get you to fold, basically. But I get the sense from this pile that you really are done with this person. I don't think that you will end up giving them another chance. But it is satisfying to see like the people that did you wrong come back and be like, yeah, I was an idiot, or I need you, because it's like, yeah, I know you do. I've been better off without you this whole time. And I think that's all being represented in the pile marker that you selected here, this hibernation and regeneration, which is literally about taking a rest, taking a break. And so I see this almost as like recovery from the conflict that you had with this person, recovery from what they said to you, and kind of having the clarity of the Strength card of being like, I don't have to tolerate that, and having the literal breakup, like I'm not going to be around you, you're not going to have access to my energy if you're just trying to like siphon it or make me smaller or make me into a more palatable version so you don't feel uncomfortable. And that's also represented in the tea leaf fortune cards we pulled for this pile. So the first one is bird perched, and this says waiting for news, package, letter. And to me, that really goes with the 10 of Wands, because this to me is that King of Wands figure trying to come back in and say something. Like they are coming in with a message. They're going to try to apologize. They're going to try to be like, I need you back in my life. They're going to try to say that, you know, they were wrong. And the next tea leaf fortune card here we have is Tint, which says temporary situation. So that to me really goes to that 5 of Swords. That conflict that you had with this person, that's just temporary because you don't have to deal with it. Again, I don't feel like a lot of you are going to forgive this person or let them back in your life. I feel like this is more the universe saying, it's like a gift from the universe saying, see, you really weren't the problem. It's just that this person was, you know, they were insecure and they were taking it out on you. And I think that just kind of reaffirms that you really are, you know, you're exactly who you think you are. You are this wonderful, vibrant Queen of Wands figure, which is really beautiful. So congratulations to you, my pile fours. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care.